And the little subheading under this little fraction page piece is what the book likes to call recognizing halves. Recognizing half, or to recognize a half. And they just simply, sometimes it's just good for us to know, because sometimes when you're ordering things or want to go from least to greatest, it's good to know. The first question you ask yourself is, how do you know what fractions equal 1/2 or are the same as a half? As 1/2. An example of that would be, generally speaking, if you order your pizza and they cut it into pieces, usually pie pieces there, they usually don't cut your pizza in just 2 pieces and you say, I'll have that half, and somebody else says that half. They cut it. This is my 1/2. A lot of times they will cut your pizza into 8 slices. And if you're going to eat half of that pizza, how many slices would it take for you to eat that pizza there? Trevor?
4.
4, because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or quite possibly, maybe you wanted super thin pieces, and the little pizza place decided that they would cut it into, let's see if we can do this, each one of those in half. Like sliver pieces. And they cut it into 16 pieces. How did that 16? Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. How many pieces would you have to eat in order to eat half that pizza, Tyler? If you cut it into 16 pieces, how many would you have to eat? 8. So based on what you know, let's do that. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ate half the pizza there. Based on these 3 fractions that are all the same as 1/2, how do you know if a fraction is the same as a half? What would it be? What if, I'm not going to draw, but what if I cut my pizza into 50 slices, which would be super small, but unless it was a big pizza there. What fraction is the same as a half that has a 50 on the bottom? Colin? Eddie?
25.
25. So what did you do? How do you know that?
50 divided by 2.
Right. If you cut the bottom number in half and put it on the top, you get a half. Is that right over there? I can't. Just like this. This was a 2. Half of 2 is 1, so that's there. This was an 8. Half of 8 is 4, so 4/8 is a half. This was 16. Half of 16 is 8. 8/16 is a half. Half of 50 is 25, so 25/50. If I had anything, if I had 24, what fraction is the same as a half that has a 24 on the bottom? Well, half of 24 is 12 if you ate half of that. Now, with that in mind, your math book would like you to be able to recognize, based on that, let's say I have that 25/50. If I said I have the fraction 21/50, is that going to be more than a half or less than a half? Well, if you had the pizza cut in 50 and you only ate 21 pieces, did you eat more than half the pizza or less than half the pizza? Frankie? Right. This has to be less than 1/2. Or if I had that pizza and I ate 30 of the pieces, did I eat more or less than half of the pizza? You ate more than a half because 30 is more than a half. So let's see if we can make the deductive leap into something completely off the wall. Here's my 1/2. If I'm comparing 1/2 to 13 over 20, what is bigger, 1/2 or 13/20ths, and why, Jordan Shaw?
1/2 bigger.
Because
it's half of a circle and well, there's only 13 pieces of that small fraction.
Wait, Jordan, before you talk any farther here. Okay, so I cut my pizza into 20 slices. I ate 13 of them. Did I eat more or less than half the pizza? If you ate half the pizza, it would be how many slices? If you had 20 slices, you ate half of them, how many did you eat? Half of 20 is 10. But I ate 13, so did I eat more or less than half the pizza?
More.
More. So is 13/20 more or less than a half? It is more than, because this number up here is more than half of that number. This has to be greater than 1/2. How about this? Let's say I'm comparing 1/2 to 5 over 9. That one's a little trickier. Is 1/2, what's bigger, 1/2 or 5/9, and why? Victoria?
5/9.
Why would 5/9 be bigger?
Because you're eating more than half, because half would be 4 1/2.
Right, because this number is more than half of the bottom number, this has to be bigger than 1/2. How about this one? 1/2 compared to 7 over 18. Is 1/2 bigger? Is 7/18 more or less than 1/2? Which one is it? Brian?
Well,
What's bigger, 1/2 or 7/18?
That would be less than half,
Yes.
because half that would be 9.
Right, 9/18 would be half, it's less than 9, so 1/2 has to be bigger. You kind of getting the gist of that? Because here's what they will do, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have to take it one step farther. Compare this, 5/8 compared to 5/12. Which fraction is bigger and how do I know? Now, we haven't dealt much with fractions. When you get into 7th and 8th grade, there's a whole different way to do this, and we're not going to go through it right now. But if you're given a problem like this, the first thing you want to do is say, well, how do these fractions compare to 1/2? Because if one of them is bigger than 1/2 and the other one's less than 1/2, then you know the one that's bigger than 1/2 is bigger than the one that's less than 1/2. Does that make sense? How many more times can I say 1/2? So if you're looking at this one right here, Addison, what do you think? Which one's bigger?
5/8.
Why?
Because 8's a smaller number.
That doesn't, the bottom number has nothing to do with it. Nothing whatsoever. You can't just say because 8 is smaller than 12 that this one is bigger or less than. That is not what you're looking at. You are looking at them compared to 1/2. Trevor?
Because 4 is half of 8.
Okay. Trevor's saying because this is 5/8, this one has to be greater than 1/2. It's more than 1/2. 5/12 is less than 1/2 because 6 would be half. So because this one's more than 1/2 and that's less than 1/2, this has to be bigger than that side. If you ate 5/8 of a pizza, you'd be eating much more than if you ate 5/12 of a pizza. Because this you're eating less than 1/2 of a pizza, this one you're eating more than 1/2 of a pizza. Ooh, it gets to be kind of tough. How about this one? 12/24 or 6/12? 12/24 compared to 6/12. Which one is bigger? Which one is greater than? Again, when you get there, think about how they compare to 1/2 and go from there. You can't just say that 24 is bigger than 12 because it's a bigger number. No, that's just how many pieces you cut. It all depends on how many pieces you cut. Addie?
They're equal.
They are equal. Why? Because they both are the same as 1/2. They are definitely equal. I don't know, did they ask us to arrange some numbers? I put on my flashbacks here. don't ask you to do too much harder than that. So the thing is, when you see fractions and you're comparing them, make sure that you think about how they compare to 1/2, and you can recognize halves. And you will find your life is much, 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 much